What could be more fun than mermaids in spring? Let's make a mermaid sun catcher. Hello friends, May Flaum here for Dress It Up Buttons, and we have the Splish Splash button set, and I'm going to be taking these buttons and I'm going to be removing the shank, so removing the back. You can do this with some jewelry snips, you can do it with scissors, pliers. There's a lot of different things that cutters that will remove this while you're just wanting to take them all off. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just go ahead and get everybody set. And then what we're going to be doing is working with UV resin. So UV resin, you can see me pouring some here. UV resin is very fast setting with a UV lamp. So those are the two supplies that go hand in hand, and they're available at many craft stores. Once I have some UV resin down, I am going to be filling in a little bit. So we don't want a super thick layer. We will repeat this so we can fill in any gaps that we need to, but we want it fairly solid to start off with. And you might notice I didn't fill in all the way to the edge. We'll adjust that as needed as we go along. I'm taking some glitter, any glitter would do, and sprinkling this on. Now you could also use some coloring if you wanted colored resin. I wanted it clear with glitter because I really want these mermaids to stand out. So a little bit of glitter, and then I'll start placing my mermaids and the dolphins and shells and sea critters all around however I would like. Now, I'm intending this to be a sun catcher, but you could use this as a gift topper, as an ornament. There are so many variations for a project like this and so much fun to be had. Now, once I have everybody down, I'm just going to go in with a tiny bit of resin here and fill in where I notice especially big gaps. So before I set this, so this is all very sticky, and a word of caution with resin, you never want to touch it. You always want to be very careful. Either with UV resin, I find it's very easy to avoid touching it, but you can also use tweezers to apply things, use gloves. As you can see, I'm adding a bit more glitter here. And once I feel satisfied with our initial amount of items, I'm going to go ahead and heat set. So this is our, not heat set, UV set. This is our UV lamp that we're going to need. I ran that for 2 minutes. You're going to need more or less, depending on the manufacturer, the type of resin, and temperature variations, all of that kind of thing. I'm coming in here with some of the little bubble embellishments, also from Dress It Up. These are so cute, and I'm applying, some of them I'm applying the resin to the bubble, some of them I'm applying it to our ornament, and then dropping the bubble down onto it. There's no wrong answer here. You can fill this up as much or as little as you would like. Again, you can put some more glitter down if you want some more glitter. And don't worry about the tops of the buttons because the glitter is not going to stick where there is not resin. Once you are satisfied with your layers of resin and buttons, look how cute this is. If you have any loose glitter, you have two options. You could do another layer of resin on here if you want to seal all of the glitter in, or you could just take a paintbrush and just kind of brush around. And what that'll do is any of the loose glitter will go ahead and go flying on off. So be sure you're working in an area where that's okay, where you've got something to catch any loose glitter. Now to top this, I'm just going to use my jewelry. I'm going to pull out my jewelry making tools. I'm going to take a bit of wire. This is 22 gauge. You could use thicker or thinner wire. That's your preference. And I just made a loop that I'm now wrapping the wire around and trimming excess off. I'm adding some beads from the perfectly named MerMAY mix from Jessie James Beads, our sister company. And this is optional. There's a lot of different ways you could top this. You could top this with string. You could use an ornament hanger. You could use a lot of different materials. There's no wrong answer here. It's just a matter of what you would like. I am just going to go ahead and do a wire wrap here. So I'm using my thicker, you can see my thicker bail making pliers here. That's just because I want a bigger ring, because I don't know what I'm going to be attaching this to and if I need more of a ring. So I'm using the bigger loop. If you don't have that, you could use a thick pen or something else as your model for what you are making your loop there. And then once this is all set, once we have everything wrapped around, we're just going to trim off excess. And then, of course, as always, use our pliers to just press and make sure there are no loose ends. There are no wires poking out. And you might notice my wire bending a bit. That's because I used a thinner wire. So that's The downside of a thinner wire is that, you know, it's a little easier to bend while you're working with it. Just be gentle and patient, and remember you can always bend it back as long as you're nice and gentle with it. You're just trimming off the excess and ensuring everything is in place and the way we want it. And from here, if you'd like, I'm taking one of the mermaid tails from this mix and putting it on a jump ring so that I can dangle something else off of here and bring even more of that theme in here. And we're in the direct sunlight because I've got to show you. This looks so amazing in the sun, and I think would be so great hanging in a window as a sun catcher. I mean, look at the sparkle and look how the glitter adds color but doesn't distract from our mermaids. I want our mermaids front and center on this one. Isn't this a cute project? And honestly, so quick, easy, and fun for birthdays, for any occasion, really. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to subscribe to the Dress It Up YouTube channel for more videos, inspiration, and fun. And be sure to tag Dress It Up so that we can see what you're creating with our buttons. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day.